Here are 10 times Meghan Markle was asked to leave a place because of the negative energy she brings. Wait for the fifth one because that one is absurd and surprising. On one of their royal tours to Morocco, a red carpet was set up for the prince to walk on and inspect the guard of honor that had been arranged. Meghan saw this as an opportunity to gain the spotlight once more, but the universe said not today. She planned to cleave to Harry and take the spotlight, but in the midst of doing this, she was stopped by a staff member and directed aside. This wasn't what she wanted or thought of. She had a short conversation with the staff member, but seeing that nothing was changing, she had to adhere and walk by the side of the carpet, her face still stiff. Some people speculated that she was told red carpets are for royals or that she was barred as a non-royal. The only way Harry would have gained the spotlight was without Meghan stepping in to spoil it with her attitude. Shortly after their marriage, they were invited to Prince Charles's birthday, but they were escorted out after a short while of their presence because of Meghan Markle. She was acting so out of place at the party, meaning she didn't want to be there. Camilla heard Meghan saying that she just wants to go back home. Camilla informed Charles, and he thought, instead of keeping someone with negative energy around, why not just let her go? He had to do that duty and escorted them out of the party because of her bad behavior. Just a few minutes later, he told Harry, "Your car is waiting outside. It is time to leave." They just greeted some people and left. What a pity. This happened in March 2019, during the 50th anniversary of Charles becoming Prince of Wales. Buckingham Palace was hosting a formal reception with senior royals and important guests. Before the main event, Queen Elizabeth II, Charles, and Prince William were scheduled to view the investiture items in a private room. Only they and their spouses were allowed inside. All other guests were clearly instructed to wait in a different room. But Prince Harry and Meghan didn't follow that instruction. Video footage shows them already standing near the entrance of the private room before the Queen arrived, meaning they had pushed ahead of everyone else. At one point, Charles had to tell them, no, senior royals only, but they still didn't listen. Eventually, palace aides and a security guard stepped in and escorted them away from the Queen and then out of the room. This incident comes from Michael Cecchiazzolina, a well-known maitre d' who has worked at several Michelin-starred restaurants. In his book, Your Table is Ready, Tales of a New York City Maitre d', he recalls what happened at Le Cuckoo in 2017. According to him, Meghan's handler demanded a private table, saying it was necessary because she was dating a prince. Cecchiazzolina said he explained calmly that no private table was available. The handler doubled down and reminded him that the guest was dating Prince Harry and would soon be a duchess. Cecchiazzolina admitted his first instinct was to laugh. He said no one in the restaurant cared. Not him, not the staff, not even the other guests at the bar. Powerful people came through that restaurant every day, and this situation didn't impress anyone. During the whole exchange, Meghan Markle reportedly stayed silent and distant. He later described her as aloof and uninterested, while her presence attracted attention for all the wrong reasons. Meghan thought name-dropping royalty would get her whatever she wanted, but she only got embarrassed. This behavior from Meghan is unthinkable. It happened when Meghan was attending an event as part of her arts patron role at the National Theatre, specifically the Dorfman Theatre. According to accounts shared online, Queen Elizabeth II had requested to speak with Meghan beforehand, but Meghan allegedly ignored that request and went ahead to attend the arts meeting anyway. Here's the problem. The Queen had already canceled the meeting. So when Meghan arrived, She was informed that there would be no event, no meeting, and no role for her there. Security then stepped in, and she was escorted away and told to return to Buckingham Palace instead. What made the moment even more awkward was that Meghan appeared very aware of the cameras, notably showing up without her ring, which many took as a pointed message aimed at Harry. If true, the situation wasn't just embarrassing, it was shocking. Ignoring a direct request from the Queen isn't a small slip-up. It doesn't matter if you like her or not. That was the monarch and Harry's grandmother. When she calls, you need to go. And once again, Meghan reportedly learned the hard way that in the royal world, you don't outrank the Queen ever. When they exited royal duties, they were happy that at least they were free from the constant royal responsibilities, but they didn't know that the benefits that came with royalty would be taken from them. When they left, they were given the order to leave Frogmore Cottage and not come back. This was a turning point in their lives. This was a literal, pack up your bags and leave this place, we don't want you close to us anymore moment.
Overnight, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle saying the couple is being kicked out of their Windsor home, telling NBC News the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been requested to vacate their residence at Frogmore Cottage.
During Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, an event meant to celebrate 70 years of duty and dignity, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were very quietly downgraded. No balcony appearance, no front row honor, and no senior royal treatment. Instead, they were seated away from the core royal family and noticeably separated from William and Catherine. And let's be clear, this wasn't a seating mistake. This was intentional. The palace made it painfully obvious. If you're not a working royal, you don't get working royal privileges, titles don't beat hierarchy, cameras don't beat tradition. For a couple that thrives on attention, this was brutal. Meghan arrived expecting relevance and left with a lesson in royal ranking.
But the Sussexes are now very much second-row royals, taking their seats away from senior family members.
After stepping down as working royals, Meghan Markle was completely excluded from future balcony appearances. This act isn't as symbolic as people think it is. It was a very public removal from royal visibility, and the palace didn't even pretend it was temporary. Overnight, Meghan went from guaranteed front and center exposure to being completely erased from one of the most watched royal moments in the world.
The Queen has culled the guest list for one of the key moments of her Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Only working members of the royal family are permitted to join her on the balcony at Buckingham Palace, meaning the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Prince Andrew have been snubbed.
At Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, it was a time for the family to be together, but Meghan was snubbed. She was placed far away from senior royals, seated behind candles, and visibly out of the inner circle. This wasn't accidental. Royal funerals are highly choreographed down to the inch. Though Meghan wasn't dragged out of the funeral procession, she was strategically sidelined, which in royal terms is the equivalent of being escorted out politely.
Viewers were shocked to see that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were relegated to the second row during the Queen's funeral.
In addition to being relegated to a secondary role, they were not invited to a state event hosted by King Charles to entertain important guests from around the world. They were told that events like this are strictly for working royals, not for runaways like them.
Seated in the second row at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were reportedly excluded from a state event held at Buckingham Palace. King Charles III hosted leaders from around the globe who had traveled to London to attend the funeral. While Harry and Meghan were reportedly initially invited, the palace later decided that only working royals should be in attendance.
Meghan would have loved to be at the coronation of Prince Charles because it would have been a major spotlight moment for her, but she didn't attend. Reports have it that she was told not to attend because she was out of the royal circle and there was no need for her presence, even though she was part of the family by marriage. It would have been the right thing to attend her father-in-law's coronation, but she didn't. There you have it, moments when Meghan Markle was asked to leave or step back. Which of these moments stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.